Let's find out how to use your SQL data for reporting. In order to use the reporting feature we're about to show you, you must first use the SQL Replicator tool to copy your data from the pervasive data management system into a Microsoft SQL Server database. You can learn more about the SQL Replicator from the Sage Knowledge Base. Use Article 84765. For anyone to access the data stored in SQL Server, their Sage 300 Construction and Real Estate user setup must be associated with a Windows username and be assigned to a role that has permissions to SQL data access. There's no need to write new reports to access the information from your SQL Server database. You can use any existing Crystal report that accesses your pervasive data. The Use SQL feature lets you select the source of data for your report, whether it's pervasive or SQL Server. If you're using a report that came with your software, Crystal reports are the ones that have CR in the file name. When you run a report as a tab in Desktop, you can specify the source of data before you generate the information. The Use SQL checkbox is in the Parameters pane. If this pane doesn't automatically open, click the arrow to expand it. If this box is checked, when you generate the report, it connects to the SQL Server database for the current data folder to return the information on the report. If the Use SQL checkbox is unchecked, it returns information from your pervasive database. Remember to click Generate to run the report. For reports on the Reports menu, you don't choose the data source at report runtime. Instead, the data source is specified when the report is added to the menu through the Report Manager. You can change the setup for an existing report on the menu or add a new report on the menu. In this example, a new report was added. Remember to select a Crystal Report Design and set the source to Crystal Report Design. Select the Use SQL checkbox so that when you generate the report from the Reports menu, it will always return information from your SQL Server database. You're not able to select the data source for reports that automatically print after a task, like the change order document in the Change Orders task in Job Cost. But as long as you can open the report design in Crystal Reports, you can add an integration formula to set the data source to always use the SQL data. There are a few things to consider when you use the SQL data for reporting. First of all, the SQL Replicator does not replicate any service management history data into SQL Server at this time, so this information is not available for reporting yet. Next, the Use SQL feature does not work on reports written with SQL commands. All the subcontractor compliance Crystal reports shipped with your software use SQL commands, so continue to run them with your pervasive data. You'll most likely need to change or rewrite any custom reports written with SQL commands. All the 300 CRE user-defined functions are supported for SQL data except TS Range. TS Range puts in place the Ranges button in the Print Selection window. This is not available when you generate a report as a desktop tab and may not work when you generate the report from the Reports menu. If you're responsible for writing reports for your company, you'll benefit from Knowledge Base Article 87041, where we discuss the various integration formulas to use on your Crystal report designs. You should also refer to the Crystal Report section in the User's Guide.